Okay, so make yourself comfy. Same pattern. We'll probably just drive the route in reverse.
Yeah. Okay.
And then have a little chat at the end, see where we're at. Then it gives you guys things to play with. You can feel free to mark as we're going along, Andy, and then we'll have a chat.
I didn't mean it about the indicators. Just something to talk about.
Okay.
So Bob didn't think I'd actually gone to sleep in the back.
Perish the thought.
If I nod off, it would be a very smooth drive. Well,
Unfortunately, we're both about the same height and leg length, so we can leave the controls very much as they
Excellent.
are, which is good.
We'll go out and head towards Hull on the M62. So what we're doing today is just helping you guys get set up with a snapshot of where we are.
Yeah.
So you can then compare that away.
Well, I think that's where we need to be, Bob, because, the best will in the world, we all think we're the best drivers in the world. Is it right or left?
Sorry, left.
Left, isn't it?
Apologies, I forget.
I don't normally come into this car park. It's normally not one of the
we
follow the road round. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we all think we're the best drivers in the world. And there's nothing worse than the kids saying, "Who taught you to drive?" And you think, "Oh, good driver." I mean, Sarah, she's passed her test, but what's this going now? Around there?
I'm going to go around there and out here. I think you can actually go around the other way, but it doesn't really matter.
That way, yes.
It is.
Out through the fuel station. Okay. Following the exit sign. That's a giveaway, isn't it?
Well, I didn't like to say it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fine, you're on unfamiliar territory. You're not a taxi driver, you don't have to know where everything is.
no, you don't.
No. That's the first exit, Hull M62.
There's many doing the speed that it's doing, so I've kind of slowed it down very slightly.
Okay.
But there again, it wasn't indicated, and it was in a different lane. It was in the lane to join the services when I first saw it.
It was. It catches a lot of people out. That they've just changed the road markings. At one time, the left-hand lane was for Hull, and they've changed the services only.
And there used to be a set of traffic lights there as well, didn't there?
There was. So,
okay, so we're going to join the motorway. I'm looking for an available gap in the near side lane. There's a Ren vehicle to my right who's moved out kindly. So as soon as I get to the motorway, I'm going to join it. Over my shoulder, make sure the road's clear. The road's clear. So I'll maintain this speed because I know that there's a white van that's behind me that's overtaking, not allowing me to overtake. He's moved all the way out, so now it's safe for me to join the middle lane. I'll look over my shoulder, check my mirrors, signal and move out. I'm going to maintain this speed because there's a large van to my offside overtaking, and the car that was behind me beforehand is overtaking me now as well. There's a red car behind that. I think I might be travelling slightly too close to the Wren Kitchens vehicle because I'm too busy looking behind me. Okay, I'm now clear to move out. I'm going to indicate mirror signal, manoeuvre into the outside lane and overtake the vehicle. This hasn't got much power, this car, has it? We're in 5th gear.
what do you drive normally?
A 2.2 litre Jag, X-Type. I'm very conscious that the motorway is getting quite busy, and that's a result of the time of the day. And whereas Andy only had a few cars on the road,
No, it's not a competition.
I'm having to do a lot more on this short stretch of motorway.
Indeed. Forward plan adapter.
Okay.
Quite
So we'll take the first exit from you. I'll give you the instruction early because there's a lot of traffic.
On the point of doing your part 2 and your part 3 tests,
Yep.
is it your own vehicle you use, or
It normally would be, but if you send the test here in Polyfat, then we'll go with it. We're at liberty to use this vehicle if you wish.
Right, okay.
Whichever one you feel most comfortable in, really.
Well, we're trying to do the
Imagine this will
training.
be slightly easier to manoeuvre than yours.
Yeah, well, my wife's got a little Peugeot 207, which is nice to drive, but unfortunately she works shifts.
Right.
So the vehicles that we've been training in at the moment have been Andy's Golf, and my Jag.
Right.
So two extremes,
Yes.
to be honest. Because we're going to be leaving at the next exit, I'm just going to maintain my speed behind this lorry until we meet the exit. It says pulling out. There's a vehicle on my offside anyway that restricts me from moving out, and there's only half a mile to the next exit anyway. We've got that, isn't it?
What does that tell us about him, do you think?
He's probably on his phone, or he's not concentrating on the road. 300 metres to the exit. Mirror signal. Left mirror to join the exit.
Right in the roundabout, please.
Okay, stay in the right-hand lane.
So he lost a bit of speed there, didn't he? So it was either he was slowing down to come up here, or he is answering his phone.
Yeah.
The wobble probably says he was answering his phone.
Okay, I can see a vehicle moving from the right-hand side from across the bridge, which is going to cause me to slow down or stop at the joining the roundabout. But we've managed to keep the momentum and keep moving. Right-hand indicator's on to inform anybody that I'm actually going around the roundabout completely, including this black car that's waving itself around on the the lines behind me. And I'm indicating after the exit before my junction. Okay, there's nothing coming from the left. We exit. Straight into a 30. So adjust my speed accordingly. I stay in third gear, which allows me to keep the revs up and control of the vehicle. Car's braking in front of me for no particular reason that I can think of. It's because there's a car that's on the side of the road. There's enough room to move around it, check my mirror, move out, and go around the obstacle.
So in the striving for perfection in your own driving, has that made you more or less tolerant of others, do you think?
I try to practice during the day, reading the road and looking ahead. And because of the speed that I travel at in a heavy goods vehicle, you've got to become more tolerant, because everything happens at half the speed, doesn't it? I think I've become more tolerant as I get older. And
Yeah,
again, myself and Andy have sort of said, well, you know, with 35 years of driving experience behind you, you can normally read what's going to happen and think to yourself, maybe, well, when I was 25, I did that as well. As long as you've learned by that mistake.
You're still alive, so you probably
we're
have.
both still alive. Yeah, and I think you used an example a couple of weeks ago where you said, you know, how many times have you pulled up to a roundabout, you've looked to the right, the vehicle in front of you, you're assuming is gone, and you look back and forwards and it's still there. I mean, I've done that. I did that in Germany. I ran into the back of a German in a big Merc. Fortunately enough for me, I could speak enough German to realise and advise him that I thought he smelled of alcohol. And is he sure he was driving? And if he really wanted to, I would call the police and inform my insurance. And he went, no, it's okay. I'll get on my way.
Bye-bye now.
But because that happened, that incident, it's all, oh God, I'm 5 miles an hour over the speed limit. Because because that happened, that's always stuck in my mind, and I've never run into the back of another vehicle again.
Good. Next road on the right, please.
Okay, there's just a fear of overrevving the engine. I'll just change it to fourth gear while we approach the mirrors signal we're going to turn right. Oh, it's a long way. Change back to fourth, cancel my indicator, and then re-indicate now. Just my speedy corners, a large lorry coming from the right hand side. Select second because I feel that's the right gear for this junction. Look around everywhere. Turn right. Alright then. Pardon me. See the edge line, so I can understand how the road's going to bend or turn, so I can maintain this speed. This one's slightly sharper. I'm going to adopt a lower gear, move to fourth. Accelerate through the bend. Vehicle approaching, keep well to the left.
So as you come into the bend, just try and put the gas on a tad earlier. Probably just about
here.
Just about now.
Okay.
Feel how it makes you sit on
Just
the road.
lets the car, yeah, it's better.
Just something to play with.
Yeah, I did decelerate into that bend.
It's all about timing, really.
Yeah. I used to ride a motorbike, so I do understand ways, your leading points and all the rest of it. Okay, I'm going to adopt a lower gear because I can't see around this bend. Cut that up completely. Okay, I can see chevrons in the distance, so that's indicating to me that the bend's slightly sharper than what I've been negotiating. So I'll just slow down slightly before I get to the bend.
Then put the power on now. Keep it on, keep it on, keep it on.
Okay.
See how much traction you get.
Yeah.
Just something to play with.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the way you were doing it. Just a discussion point.
Just gets you around the bend.
I'm already around the bend.
Yeah. That's the way. On my behalf, of course.
It's a much neglected technique, and we don't teach it as an industry. We don't teach it or learn it. If we want them to be safe, teach them how to gain maximum traction.
And I think that's part of the pass plus side of the deal, isn't it?
Well, yes, but it's surely the best time to learn how to do this is the first time you ever go around a faster moving bend.
Oh yeah.
And apart from anything else, it's fun.
It is. It is. It is. It's a different dynamic to driving, isn't it?
It is. It very much is. And of course, if you've got maximum traction when you get into these places, where there's maybe not been some sun,
Yeah.
and there might be a little bit of a slippery surface,
Yeah.
you've got less chance of sliding around.
We're level crossing, nothing showing at the moment, and also a reduction in speed to 30 miles an hour. I'm going to come down to third gear again. There's an indication that there may be a problem with the crossing because heavy goods vehicles are advised to slow down. So I'll adopt that attitude as well.
Right at the roundabout, please.
Okay, there's nothing to go right. Proceed around the roundabout.
Just driving around many roundabouts is hard, isn't it?
It isn't a bloody heavy goods vehicle. I know. slightly out to the right-hand side of the road there so I can see round the bend, looking for obstacles. I'm going to do the same on this bend. Looks like a sharp bend, so I'm going to adopt second gear, keep to the right slightly. Okay, and negotiate the bend. This is a very sharp bend, there's a car coming the other way. Maintain second gear, keep onto my own side of the road, and follow the road round.
Gets interesting there when you meet a bus coming the other way.
Yeah. It's like a combine harvester or something. God. Another sharp turn in the road, another indication that there may be an issue for heavy goods vehicles that are low. So I'm going to assume that the road's uneven. Slight narrowing, vehicle slowing down for me. I'll just maintain my speed, I'm quite happy as I am. Road opens up to 60 miles an hour. Bend to the right, maintain my speed at around 35 miles an hour to negotiate this bend. It looks like it's been recently gritted though, doesn't it? Which is not what you need. When's Darren reapplying for his test, or is he reapplied?
He has. We have another date in a couple of months.
And what's he doing? Is he switching to the traditional method?
No, we're sticking with client-centered. What do you want to do?
Right.
And if he's getting a negative response, he's just taking control. So he's having to spend a bit of time learning how to take full control.
Yeah.
How to gently take somebody by the neck and make them do what you want to do.
Right, okay.
Which is not ideal, but he'll do it. He's a good lad.
I'm very conscious there's lots of small turnings to the left and right hand side of these roads, either from properties or small lanes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of signs that are indicating that. And it's the sort of hazards that present themselves in these sort of areas without warning.
Yes. Well, not quite, but just about.
Yes.
There are always signs, but if you don't know the road, then it can be quite problematic.
Car pulling out from the right, I'm going to adjust my speed. There's no requirement to be too hesitant. I'm assuming he's going to pick up speed, though he's not, so I'm going to slow down and accompany him.
Friendly follow.
Yeah. I'm going to flirt with his bumper.
Flirting's okay, kissing isn't.
Yeah, I think that's what also Karen said. Flirt with your mirrors, but don't fall in love with them.
That's a great way of describing it.
Yeah. She's quite successful, isn't she?
Karen, oh gosh, yeah, she's super trainer.
She says she's only out about 5 hours a day.
Yeah, bloody hell. Well, she does all sorts of other things.
Reflexology and hypnotherapy.
Oh yeah, she does all sorts of stuff. Behavioural psychology.
Oh,
She specialises in people who have non-standard issues.
Right, okay.
Supremely talented. Lovely woman too.
Yeah. She came across as that. She showed us a car when we went out. It's one of the sort of vehicles that I would consider, when we passed. Okay, there's a car behind me. I'm going to indicate past this vehicle to soon to show that I'm pulling out. Check the left mirror and pull back in again. The car pulling out from the right. I suspect he's going to pull in front of me. Yep. There's no drama though.
That's sixth sense you were talking about.
Yeah.
Sometimes just the body language of the car leads you to a conclusion.
Yeah, I was quite surprised today. I was 100% confident with the theory questions today, but when I went through the hazard perception yesterday and the day before, I wasn't doing very well at all. And I thought, oh my god. But when I went and did it today, the difference in the sort of screen that they use and the clarity was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it's almost in slow motion, isn't it, with the CGI?
Yeah.
Makes it much easier, because before it was just a lottery.
Yeah, I mean, I even missed one of the hazards, and I still managed to pass. Whereas if I'd have done that on Sunday afternoon, I just wouldn't have got the grade. I was becoming quite concerned, actually, because I thought when I started off, it was fine. And it's just this last couple of days, I can't pass this. What's going wrong here?
Pre-test jitters, perhaps.
Yeah. Okay, I got the right away there. He knew that and stopped. Doesn't mean to say I wasn't prepared for him to pull out.
And the travel aids would go right. I always like to think of it in terms of priority. Because right away, something to take. Priority has to be given to you.
Yeah. Just
changes the mindset a little, I think.
Do people understand priority?
If we keep spreading the word.
If there's one thing I have noticed since I've been concentrating more on my driving, and that is how bad some people are. And you think to yourself,
I mean, those good drivers on a bad day.
How did you pass your driving test?
Who teaches these people to drive? That's what I want to know. Who are these people?
There's some bad drivers out on the road.
I think part of the problem is that we've become. There's many things. Yeah, we've become a bit complacent. We're detached from the road that we're driving on. There's no sensation of speed in these modern cars. We know that we're ultra safe. We lead such busy lives, and our mind is not on our driving. My other half sometimes gets annoyed with me because she'll be talking to me and I'll ignore her. See, why are you talking to me? I'm concentrating on my driving.
I say that to my missus. She'll say, "Oh, look at that lovely house." Fred, I'm driving. I can't see it. I wouldn't even think of looking at it.
It's to drive to a consistently high standard and make certain that you're not going to be involved in an accident requires 100% effort.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid these days we don't put 100% effort into our driving. Most of us. Present company accepted, of course.
But without doubt, of course.
These guys, you haven't frightened him.
No, he's asleep. Is that comfortable with what's going on? He's trying to find some more paper. He's run out.
He's not going to show up with another A4 pad. Does it feel different being watched?
Well, I don't know. If that's what you're into, mate, then. I'm on about driving.
Hey.
My apologies.
Oh dear.
Bring it down to that level, don't
You can't let those opportunities slide by, can you, really, to be fair. It's in the air. Somebody was going to hit it.
Yeah. What with that there? What's the point of that? The island.
We'll follow the road ahead. You can tell me what you think of not this mini roundabout, but the next one.
Okay, roundabout, nothing to the right, a couple of kids, but I'm happy that they're not going to run across, straight across, no indication required, nothing near me. Okay, oncoming cars have priority, adjust my speed, the mirror, pull out and move around the obstacle.
It was a very rapid switch from right away to priority, well done. So the next mini roundabout is into the road ahead, but there's only 2 lanes, so we're taking the second one.
Okay. As I was approaching from my right, I'm going to indicate, let them know where I'm going. That car's going straight across. First gear.
Watch for being overtaken here. If you position yourself correctly, the cars behind think you're turning left.
Right, okay. Right, that car that was right up my house.
Yep, he was thinking about it.
I don't think she knew what
Nobody
she was doing,
positioned
to be honest.
properly there. Everybody just drives over it.
Right. What's he doing going over the white bit? Going around the road, around the white bit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you very much, kids. Or is that? Oh no, there's a priority on the bridge.
I thought it was half tilt this week.
It is. It is in Doncaster, isn't it, Andy?
No, they've just gone back.
Have they?
Today.
Right.
They're all
okay.
different all over, aren't they?
I think in Scotland we had them 3 weeks ago, didn't we? Yeah, so.
That's an interesting one. The ratchet on the handbrake. What's our views on that, chaps? Do we push the button in? Do we let the ratchet go on?
I think we should allow the ratchet to work. That's what it's there for.
Personally, that was how I was just taught, was you shouldn't hear the ratchet.
I'm in third gear. That's no good.
The argument was you would wear the cogs out, but if you think of a ratchet handbrake on a trailer, as they used to be, you ratchet to the models. I think a lot of it's down to
Left in the end.
how you've been taught, I think.
It is. Well,
It does reduce a bit of wear, but I don't think in the scheme of things, the way they tested it.
Yeah. The reality is it's only wearing the bit that doesn't lock. The bit that locks in isn't being rubbed against. And the manual, the owner's handbook in this tells you to apply it so you can hear the ratchet. Tricky one. We've always taught learner drivers, push the button in.
The thing we have when we go out in my car is mine's got an electric handbrake.
Oh, right.
So that gives another dimension.
And right at the traffic lights.
It does give another dimension.
I'm not great over on it, to be
thing.
honest.
No, I'm not a fan of electric handbrakes.
Okay, lights are changing.
So that's a tricky
Done
one.
the right hand
With
way.
the ratchet, what I think we need to do as instructors is seek the opinion of our local examiners. How do they see it?
It's an indication that you're actually applying the brake, isn't it? It's an audible sound that tells you that actually I've pulled that. It's applied. I must think about my gears because that's the second time I've attempted to start in the wrong gear.
So you're thinking 440 brake horse
Okay,
again.
I'm going to apply the handbrake. Select first gear. Ready to turn right. Indicator's cancelled itself, so I'm going to put that back on again. Just so this guy that's making bored faces behind me knows that I actually do want to turn right. Another learner driver.
Low patience threshold.
The thing is though, if you think it's a learner driver ahead of you, and there's a likelihood they might stall, why would you be that close behind?
Well, exactly.
Because if they do stall, you'll never get past.
I think some people forget that they were learners once too.
The vast majority of people are great, you know. They hang back and leave you plenty of space because they remember when they were learning to drive.
Yeah.
It's a very small minority that cause us
I
issues.
just let off a little bit. That bus was encroaching into our lane. There's a car that's pulling out, so I'm going to adopt a lower gear, allow him to manoeuvre and do what he wants to do, and then continue with my journey. Follow the road right to the right.
Yes, please.
Lights are on red. Stop. Got the brakes at the first gear. Actually, start. No, we've just failed.
Not necessarily.
So it's like most of the things how you recover it, isn't it?
Correct. And the next traffic lights will turn left, please. So, this used to be a white box junction.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Do you know the difference between the two?
Colour.
Excellent. Great answer.
It's a white box junction.
There's a yellow one, you're not allowed to go into it. The white one, you're allowed to go into it.
Not rules are the same. It's the difference between the two, and it's not that long since I found this out. A yellow box junction needs an ordinance from the council, so it takes time to get permission for it. A white one doesn't.
Right.
It's a piece of useless information. You might be in a pub quiz one night.
So it's a way around bending the law.
It's a way of applying the law early.
Saving yourself some money.
Well, box junctions just do, they make everybody do what the great drivers have always done.
Yes, you know. You know.
He's been quicker there, he's got 3 ice creams there, we could have had those.
Yeah, yeah.
Left of the next ice, please.
Stay there. Carry on.
There you watch these drag drivers.
Drag drivers, they're awful. Oh, it's black. It is a black car, but it's
We'll take the second road on the right.
it's
This one's
absolutely
just beyond the building down the
Just
down
beyond
the
the
side.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so not running this one. No.
Second road on the right, that one's a car park. Just a split.
This is a road.
It's it. Well, yeah, sort of. It's not a very good one, but it is a road.
Oops.
Ah, we've been locked out. So we need to go in and up the side of those cars there. So you need to take a wide swing left to get around. Locked out. Oh my word.
Quick Bob's out. Lock the gate. Came around here that night. He did the seminar, and somebody parked right on this corner, but out. I wouldn't have got my jag round. We're going back to where we were.
We'll go through the no entry.
Through the okay. Okay, I'm going to drive through this no entry sign. I've been advised to do so.
The big boy said it and ran away.
Yeah.
You want to stick it in the bay at the bottom. Number 26 if you can. It might mean a 47-point turn.
You want it forwards or?
Yes, please, yeah. So that it looks like we didn't come through the no entry.
Are you the only one that uses this?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
It gets used for emergencies sometimes if you've got a breakdown with a local instructor's car on the day of a test, that kind of stuff.
Right. How's Darren getting on with his car?
Fine.
Yeah.
One or two teething problems, but it's
I had
it's
to get
all
the
right.
timing belt done, didn't you?
Yeah. And then he had a glow plug issue, I think.
Did he?
And relax. How was that?
It's got automatic lights, is it?
Yes.
Right, okay.
It's a bit poor, isn't
I don't remember turning the lights on.
it? Yeah. It gets a little bit dark. So we've got our marking book.
Is that on the back there? I think.
Yes. So, lead yourself through. How would you say it was then? Same as normal? Better than normal? Worse than normal?
I think it was probably slightly better than normal.
Okay.
Because I was aware that I was being
Okay.
critiqued.
Okay, you do.
I mean, you might think differently, I don't know.
As we go through it, I'll give you the comment.
Oh, okay. Have you got two A4 as well? I thought it was. I
No,
thought
there-
it was okay. There were a couple of mistakes, especially in the town. I think I lost a bit of concentration and forgot to change into a starting gear.
Yeah.
I think it was good you went into your commentary early on. I thought
Yes,
that was most sort of spot on, that commentary. Isn't it?
Right.
A lot of good stuff. So if you work your way through them, we'll start with number 2. Start precautions before starting the engine. With.
Did all that, yeah. So.
Okay. General use of controls. What have we got for that?
Well, it's going to have to be an A-, isn't it? Because
Okay. What's your thinking on that?
the gear selection,
Okay.
really. I thought the accelerator. Other than the little bit of help he gave me with regards to accelerating into bends.
Oh, that was just
that
we're
was
just playing with that. That's
yeah.
not part of
No.
it.
I thought the use of the accelerator was okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Clutch. I did install it. It might tie itself in with gear selection, so I'll give myself an A- on that as well.
Okay.
The foot brake.
The one thing that we're looking I mean, obviously safety is the big thing, but
Yeah.
if we can get smoothness into everything that we do,
Yeah.
the forward planning helps with that, all the other bits and pieces. But when we're thinking about controls, I think it's useful to think, well, how smooth was it? Could it have been smoother? Is there anything else that you could have done? So if you think of it in terms of smoothness, where would you put it?
It's got to be an A-. I think it
Okay.
could have been smoother.
Yeah, there was one I sort of picked up
Go
on Womersley Village.
Yeah.
Very sharp right-hand bend, but you left it just a bit late. There was quite a sharp application of brakes on that 90-degree bend going onto Main Street.
And I knew it was there as well. So.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's nice to be hypercritical with each other as long as everybody knows what the deal is and nobody gets upset. 'Cause
No. That's not going to happen.
It can be soul destroying. I mean, you guys have worked together for a long time, so
So I think there was a car coming in the opposite direction on that sharp bend, wasn't there?
there was.
And I think that might have been part of the reason that I braked. My road positioning could have been slightly better. Maybe I could have been slightly over to the left to allow for, as you said, if a lorry comes round there.
I think for me, as I looked at it, I mean, I didn't have full visibility. It was more for me, just maybe eased off just a little bit earlier, and then you wouldn't have had that sharp
So
braking.
this is the real plus with it. It'd be very easy for me to just rip through that sheet and go, A, B, C, B, 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 A, there you go.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the same impact as you analysing it yourself.
No, it doesn't. And what this does, actually, I mean, how many times have you driven a journey and then thought, what happened in the last half an hour? I'm very conscious of what Andy's on about, and I could probably, if there was an incident at every junction, it's fixed in my mind because I've concentrated all the way through the journey.
Yeah. And then the chat at the end helps you review and reflect and remember some things that you probably wouldn't have thought of until somebody mentions it. You go, oh, actually, now, like you've just done. Oh, yeah, there was a car coming.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I probably reacted a little bit. And in that reflective process, the next time you approach that, it's fixed.
Yeah.
It's being able to, when you notice that, right, you said, oh, there's a car coming, it's then trying to replay it in your mind and think, well, if I had done it 30 feet back or whatever, how would it have played out?
Yeah.
And that's the trick, isn't it?
And this is the beauty of practicing together as well, of course.
Yeah, it is.
And developing this marking system so that you both know where you're at.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving away.
I don't thought moving away was.
Oh, we didn't do it that many times.
We
so
didn't do that many times.
nothing I think that caused any issues anyway.
No,
Unless
it's
you
just,
said
just a gear selection.
Yeah,
I had a
which
couple
you
of
picked
wrong
up on,
gears,
yeah.
but
But otherwise,
we'll
it
go
was
an A-
smooth.
again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop the vehicle in emergency. There was only one occasion where I had to sharply brake.
Well, let's just skip straight down to
Yeah.
11 because we haven't done any of the other ones.
All right, no problems. Mirrors. I tried to use the mirrors effectively. And I tried to emphasise the fact that I was moving my head,
Okay.
but I still think I may have missed a couple of mirror opportunities prior to signalling. Mainly because I think I might have been trying to observe everything that was going on as well, and that slipped my mind.
Sure. It's balance, as with all things. And again, that casting our eyes, because we have a natural tendency, as we become more and more experienced, and of course you guys have driven zillions of miles, your focal point drops.
Yeah.
And I think especially when you're driving the larger vehicles, you're not looking as far ahead. You're looking not quite as far, but you're planning more in the space because your focal point becomes the slower speed.
Yeah.
Where if we got to get our focal point as though we're driving at 100 mile an hour all the time, then you'll pick everything up, and it's a natural thing. We all do it, and I think the more we drive slower, the bigger vehicles do travel slower, the more impact it has.
Yeah.
So you're able to cope with everything that comes along, but sometimes it's not reactive rather than proactive, but it's kind of borderline that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But just try casting the eyes up the road as far as you can.
Okay.
And it all sort of ties in.
Yeah.
So
there probably is some room for improvement with regards to the use of the mirrors. I would say.
yeah, I think we need to be looking to try and get A stars all the time, so that it's as good as it could possibly be. There's no chance of improvement, although that's a very elusive goal.
Yeah. Changing speed with regards to use of mirrors. I tried to because I picked Andy up on that.
Okay.
I thought
You're very aware of it. You're going to get me on
very
it.
aware of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You concur with that, Andy?
No problem with that. I've got a couple of points as regards speed itself.
Okay.
Pick it
We'll
up.
come to that on number 14. Signals where necessary, correctly, properly timed.
Yeah, I think I used the signals where and when I should have done
There
that.
was just that one incident where you misread the road and you signalled early.
When I did, the junction
Yeah.
coming off at
Yeah.
But then you explain what you're doing and you
Yeah.
reset it. So
Yeah.
So again, that little chat that you had there
yeah.
helps somebody sat next to you see that, okay,
I've misread it.
you've taken account of it. Cool. Action on traffic signals, road markings and...
traffic lights.
Can't think of anything, can you?
Dramas, I can't.
no,
think
when
of
it's that
cool.
last junction at where the lights were only on red for about 12 seconds. That was a weird junction. That wasn't
It
it?
is, yeah. Action on signals by other road users, traffic controllers we haven't seen. Other road users haven't really affected us with that, so you could probably put a line through that.
Yeah.
Exercise care in the use of
Okay,
speed.
well, I've had speed plus on a couple of occasions.
Okay.
Yeah.
At what level do you think?
Well, one time I was doing 35 miles an hour in a 30.
Yeah, we're fairly consistently over the speed limit in build-up.
And so we've got to be
Whitley Village 33,
plus.
average 33 going through it.
Would you pass the L test?
No. So it's significant and dangerous lapse in driving to rubber to
What
indicate driving not safe.
what I picked up on is when
C?
Yeah, I would probably. That's where I would mark it, given the choice.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it is
you got-
your mark. But
No, C. No,
I've
you're
read
right.
the witness there.
you
Yeah.
found when I noticed when you started having a conversation, your speed did alter considerably. When we came out of Womersley, as we came up to the national speed limit, you were already doing 45 in this what was still a 30 limit.
It's a very difficult one, that, because you come out, you're way out of the village,
Yeah,
and then you get the national
Well,
speed
there
limit
was,
sign.
yeah,
Oh, really?
there was a
why I
30
use
mile
that
an hour
word.
sign, and about 70 metres or so further on was the national speed limit sign.
And you're already in the countryside, so the natural tendency
Yeah.
is to put your foot down.
And accelerate up to the national speed limit
We would-
when you hit the sign.
the thing with that road, you're climbing up a hill, so
Yeah.
you're giving it a bit of juice anyway.
Yeah.
And like I say, it looks like it's opened up.
They're
I
the-
had to look twice, and I thought, well, hang
Yeah,
on.
but I mean that's why we use that road clearly, because it's there's loads of these little traps that we can catch you
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
But it's concentration, and it's why we then had the conversation about my other half. Sometimes she gets annoyed when I won't talk to her and stuff. So it's being aware. I think
Yeah.
it's not a major issue, and it's not something that'll take you a lot of work to get right.
Yeah. Okay.
15. Keep a safe distance behind vehicles.
Well, I failed on that. I
Okay.
think I was probably too close on the motorway.
Yeah,
Behind
the
that,
Ren vehicle.
Yeah.
Now, it's an interesting one because sometimes when you come up behind a slow-moving vehicle and somebody's overtaking you and then not a fast-moving vehicle, you can't pull out with a 2-second gap.
No.
Because if you did, you'd never get out. So I think it's okay to pull out with that gap as long as you let the gap develop
Yeah.
and then take action.
Yeah.
So, yeah, nothing unsafe, but it's an examiner would definitely mark that down.
Yeah. I'm going to give myself a B plus for that.
Okay. Again, anything below an A is flags up that work to be done.
Yeah.
It's just the level, really.
Make progress with driving at speed appropriate. Yeah. Avoiding undue hesitancy.
I wouldn't have said we were hesitant.
No, I think we made progress.
And then junctions with regard to position left, position right, speed and approach, observation. Did we cut any corners?
I don't think so.
I haven't spotted any. You got anything
I
on it?
didn't see any.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
Speed and approach. I didn't feel out of control on any turns or anything. Position I thought was all right. Still safe with other vehicles when overtaking, meeting or crossing their paths. Did we have an instance of meeting?
Not many.
No.
Probably had the country road with the Arctic coming towards us, but then you took suitable
Yeah.
precautions for that.
I don't
so
have anything there.
It was good.
Position vehicle currently during normal driving and lane discipline.
I thought so.
Okay. Mark accordingly.
Rather than bouncing in and out of the drain covers like.
Yeah.
which,
Adequate
didn't go down.
clearance.
Yeah, fine. I didn't.
Okay.
I think everyone could have opened the doors.
Okay. Pedestrian crossings.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't run anybody over.
We didn't do any stops. Anticipation and awareness of the actions of other road users.
I thought I was looking ahead
Okay.
enough.
I think it's the same sort of thing that I said, Andy. There's no issues there,
Hmm.
but we could get a little bit extra polish by, when you're approaching the turn right. If the planning starts a little bit further back, there's less likelihood of having to
But
stop.
not quite as far as it was at that right turn off
No,
at the
no.
819.
Somewhere
a bit too
between.
far, so we're in the middle.
Absolutely.
Right,
So there's
okay.
nothing to mark there, but it's just something to have a think about. See how slick you can
we'll
get
have a
that.
minus.
Ancillary
No.
controls, I don't think we've had to
I didn't
use
have to
any.
use any indicators, that was it. And the lights came on themselves.
So if you do yourselves a reflective log,
Yeah.
it's on the next page back, and then have a
Yeah.
think about when the next time we're out, what do we want to work on? All things are possible. You can both sit in the front and analyse each other, and I can sit in the back.
Yeah.
I can sit here, I can sit there, and you can analyse my driver, and we can just have a chat about stuff, we can play with things. Whatever you think will help you chase that elusive A star on every box.
Okay.
That's very difficult to achieve,
Yeah.
even for somebody really experienced,
Yeah, I
because
think
you've
it
got to
is.
be right on top of your game all the time. And sometimes you've got to get a bit lucky
Yeah.
that you don't beat idiots. But a couple of solid drives, there's nothing in there that makes me go, oh no.
All right, okay. Well,
Because sometimes there is, you know.
Well, that's encouraging. That's good to hear. I mean, you haven't seen us manoeuvre yet.
They're easy. I mean, we can build those into next time if you want. You'll put those right yourself. They're fairly straightforward. The key thing is that we're looking
Observation.
Absolutely. It's you've got to comply with the requirements of the eyesight test. You've got to be able to perform the manoeuvres to a reasonable standard, is all it says. And you must get round a test route that's determined by the examiner without adversely affecting another road user. That's it.
Okay.
Except that on part 2, you're expected to demonstrate perhaps a little bit more brisk and business-like. What we're going to try and chase is that real safe, smooth, and with a bit of sparkle about it. That real flair that makes the person sat here think, wow, that's driving. And it's to get that. I think commentary driving's the key to unlocking it.
Yep.
If you can get your commentary driving, you can work so far ahead, everything just happens. But do a reflective log. Now, have we got a date set for next time? We haven't, have we?
We haven't, no. I'm tired with work.
Okay, well let's email back and forth and see if we can get a slot
Yeah.
sort of penciled in. Obviously, I've got this back scan coming up, so that'll we'll see where we go from there. Because I don't want to be spending like tons of time in the car because it kills me. Once I've had the scan done, then we can start on we'll find out what the damage is. We can then work on getting it fixed.
Yeah.
But a good one. Good. It's good.
Good.
Any questions? Anything
No,
to add?
I thought it was useful. That.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll post the videos on YouTube so you can have a look at it.
Very kind of you.
Let
Thank
the
you.
world see you.
Yeah.
In all their glory.
You're going to edit it?
No, never edit any of the videos.
Yeah. Not even Danielle's when she says, you're not going to put that on, are you?
I'll edit that out. I never do. No, I don't like to put edits in the video because it looks like it's been doctored in some way. And we want to see people what we're up to. So, good stuff. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.